What is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? Back in high school, I managed to humiliate myself in front of the entire student body during one of our prize-giving assemblies. To this day, it still pops into my head when I least expect it and makes me want to crawl under a rock. It was the end of the year, and the whole school had gathered in the assembly hall. Teachers were lined up on stage, a long table stacked with certificates, trophies, and book vouchers sitting beside them. Rows and rows of students filled the chairs, and the air had that mix of boredom and nerves that always came with these ceremonies. I wasn't expecting my name to be called. I wasn't exactly failing, but I was never the kind of student teachers singled out for awards. So when Mr. Carter, our head of year, announced, "And the award for excellence in history goes to James Taylor," I froze. That was my name. For a moment I sat there stunned, my brain lagging behind what I'd just heard. My friends nudged me, whispering, "Go, James, go." I got up, my legs stiff, and started making my way down the center aisle toward the stage. Dozens of faces turned to follow me, and that familiar buzzing heat started spreading across my ears and cheeks. I was halfway to the stage when a thought crashed into my head. Wait, what if I misheard? What if they didn't actually call my name? My chest tightened. I slowed down. Then, in a full-blown panic, I spun around mid-aisle and walked straight back to my seat like nothing had happened. The hall went quiet. My friends gawked at me wide-eyed. "What are you doing?" one of them hissed. "They called your name!" I shook my head, mumbling, No, it wasn't me." But then Mr. Carter cleared his throat at the microphone. "James Taylor? Is James Taylor here?" My friends all jabbed me in the ribs, motioning for me to get back up. My heart was hammering. I stood again, trying to act casual, and began the walk of shame back toward the front. Every step felt heavier. My sneakers squeaked against the floor, echoing in the silence. I got maybe 10 steps away from the stage before the doubt slammed back into me. What if my friends are screwing with me? What if it was some other James? What if everyone's watching me march up here for nothing? In a blind panic, I turned around again. I walked all the way back down the aisle and sat back in my chair for the second time. The hall was completely silent now. Rows of students just stared at me. A ripple of confused laughter started up in the back. On stage, the teachers were staring down at me like I was some bizarre animal they'd never seen before. Mr. Carter had the certificate in his hand, frozen midair. My face was burning so hot I was sure it was glowing. My friends weren't even laughing anymore. They were just staring at me, their mouths open. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Mr. Carter finally said into the microphone, "James Taylor, could you please come up and collect your award?" He sounded tired, like he was already regretting every decision that had led him to this moment. I wanted the floor to swallow me whole, but there was no escape. Slowly, stiffly, for the third time, I stood up. This time, I forced myself to keep going, even though my knees were shaking so badly I thought I might collapse. The silence followed me all the way to the front. When I finally got on stage, I couldn't even look at anyone. Mr. Carter handed me the certificate with this wary expression like he was half expecting me to bolt again. "Well done," he said. His voice was polite but strained. I muttered, "Thanks," and hurried off the stage, eyes fixed on the floor. The moment I sat back down, the hall erupted with laughter. Not mean-spirited, just the kind of uncontrollable laughter that happens when 500 kids all witness the same absurd scene. For the rest of the day, people kept asking me if I was okay. Some mimicked me getting up, turning around, sitting down, and then doing it again. It became a running joke for weeks. Anytime someone hesitated about anything, someone would say, "Careful, don't James Taylor it." That single 5-minute stretch of my life has stayed lodged in my brain ever since. Out of all the mistakes I made in high school, nothing else compares to the absolute train wreck of getting up, sitting down, getting up again, sitting down again, and making the entire school watch me unravel in real time.